at the top of it. And I was saying, what I forget to tell the farm, they had everything on it. It was so big farm, and part of the land the government take it because you don't cultivate. The stuff is left in abundant because you don't reach as far to use.
Mm-hmm.
So what you leave, why you can't cultivate and look after, the government take it off you. Because on the farm we had sugar cane as far as I can remember.
Sugar cane?
Yeah, as far as you can get, we had that. Coconut as far as I can remember because they came off the tree and fall over and, it's on the floor everywhere. The workmen pick it up. But I remember we had a coconut tree. I don't know whether they still do now. They used to get toddy out of it, the coconut drink. And they used to use as a drink. They used to get the water up from the palm tree at the top. And they used to, I think they used to sell them. It was like an alcoholic drink, but well, it is. You just get it.
Like made from the coconut?
Yeah, you get it from the palm tree. It's a drink that you collect from the top.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to, just people used to get it down, take it out and get it fermented and sell it.
Mm-hmm.
They used to call it toddy. I don't know whether they still do it.
Toady?
They used to call it toddy. I don't know whether they still do now. Be nice to know about that.
Toady?
Toddy, yeah. It comes from coconut tree. But that's the heart of it where you get the juice from whatever it is up there. And they collect it. And then they used to sell it as a...
Like as a drink?
Yeah, they used to sell it as a drink. So I don't know I don't know whether they still do it now. Because these trees, the people's got the coconut tree, they used to... People will... Like my aunt had loads. And people will rent the tree, they come and get that, they rent it out. 2 or 3 of the coconut tree they rent out. And they come and get that drink and sell it for like an income.
Okay, they actually like rent the tree out?
Yeah, they used to kind of more or less rent it and get that drink and take it to, like an income.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I could explain that. But I remember my people used to rent, my aunt had these trees, and people used to rent out and take the drink out of there. Every day they take out because they pay it every month for the renting it.
Mm-hmm.
And they get that drink and they just sell it and make an income out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain that, but they used to call it toddy from that tree, toddy from the coconut tree. And then all the coconut that's all over the place, everywhere. My aunt had workers to collect the coconut just all over the place. They used to, the workmen would collect these coconuts that fall all over, just bring them home, take them out of the shell, and cut the coconut and get it dry, and they used to make it like copra, where they get the oil out of it,
Oh, they like grind it up?
Yeah, they used to kind of, they get it dry, they can do anything with it when it's dry.
So how do you open one, sorry?
You put the coconut, I think we've got some, they sit on a kind of a something that they, like an axe thing, they just get it, once it's dry, you can easily just, there's a stick that's up, and they use that stick to take the husks out and get the coconut out.
Mm.
And the workers had the knowledge of how to do it. And loads of it, they just do it and put the coconut away, just do it. They employed to do just that, because there were so many. But at the same time, I think the rusk of it, they used to use it and do other thing with it. You know, they did not waste. Once they dry, they get used to do something else with it. So out of one coconut, you take the rasa, and the rest of it, the shell of it, I call it, the rest of that thing. When you take the coconut out, that rest, and they use it to do with something else. So it was really good, really, good earning, because they had a big farmland my aunt had, and they were called the Baudouin. Baudouin, the family.
Was that your...
My uncle, Baudouin, they were called Baudouin. And my aunt had that, and the husband was Baudouin. My aunt was signature Baudouin.
Is it like a Creole name? Okay.
Yeah, Baudouin, yeah. That was the name of the husband. And that and also on a Friday, the workers work on the farm. They do all sorts of work, carrying things, getting fruits from their work, everything they can do on the farm, look after the pigs, the hens. They had chicken eggs, picking them up, all the hens. So all these, they were farmed. They had like kind of shop farm.
Mm-hmm.
And people come and buy them. But the workers on a Friday, they used to, if they take like a kind of, if they need things, like things that on the farm, they need it, they can get it on the, and they get it, and they pay at the end of the week when they get a wage.
Mm-hmm.
They get anything from the farm shop, because they work on the farm. So at the end of the week when they get their wages, which is every week, they pay what they've taken, and they pay out of their wages.
So you had a farm shop, did you say?
Yeah, they had kind of farm shop, because it's a big farm. So when they had like a farm shop.
But I'm just thinking, sorry, Nan.
It's on the farm, they kind of big for the workers. They call it like a farm shop, because it's on the farm. So when the work, and everybody else can come and buy, whether you on the farm, whether you work or not. Mm. It was open for anyone to. But it was called the farm shop. But the workers that works on that farm, on a Friday, they used to come and pay. If they've got anything, they got their wages. They work on the farm to do anything, looking after the pig, going and collect all the fruits everywhere in the fruit yard, cleaning around the sugarcane places. All these work they do. On a Friday, they get a wage. So out of their wage, they buy anything they want in there. Mangoes, fruit, pumpkin, breadfruit, whatever they need. It's fruit farm. And then on a Friday, they pay out of their wage.
What did you say, pumpkin?
Pumpkin, we had all these. Pumpkin, everything. Cherries, everything. Cherries, apples, fruit, all these. They had it, the farm had all these.
So is this farm at Beauvalon?
Yeah, at the glassy place. Glassy, yeah. Because I used to live there with my aunt. And I remember in the morning, this is true, it's funny. And we got the worker will milk the cow, because we had cow's milk as well. They got loads of cows to get milk. Then the workers that will just do the cows, they'll milk them up. Mm-hmm. And in the morning, most morning, I'll get up about, say, 7, and when the workers are doing the milking, I will go with my cup. This is the truth, you wouldn't believe it. And I'll have the workers with me, and I'll get my milk direct from the milking. And I'll take it home, I'll take it inside and boil it and use for my morning tea or porridge or whatever I want to do it.
Yes, you milk the cows then?
Yeah, they'll do the milking the cow. You can hold it, and there's a way they fold the teeth, and the milk comes out. Mm. And I used to go and get mine with the worker. It's because I was there with aunt. So I used to go at 7 o'clock and get my fresh milk. and we come in and boil the meat. The boil get boiled, and we use that milk. Like if I got to go coffee or have to make whatever I want to make, right, whatever, porridge or anything, I use the milk. But we used to do, cassava.
Cassava, yeah, like the fruit. Is it like a fruit?
Cassava, a fruit. But the way we used to go, like cassava, uh, like a cassava bread, they used to call it gallet. They used to make gallet with the cassava. They call it gallet.
Yeah.
It was the cassava done up, and they flatten it up, and they bake it on some like a hot oven. And it just comes dry and cooked dry, like a pancake type. But we call it gallet.
Gallet.
Yeah, but and the milk I have, I can boil the milk and soak that gallet in. Boil the milk, mash sugar in it, and get that gallet that I'm saying, cassava gallet, and I'll soak in there and eat for breakfast. I used to have that.
So your farm, was it on the coastline, like on the actual sea?
The farm was, I used to go down where I said, at the top of the hill, kind of just a big farm in the glacier, and big land.
But you see the sea from there?
You can walk to the sea that distance, but the farm was away from the sea,
like
part of glacier, but you can walk down and then go to the sea part of it. But the farm up to the top, away from the sea. Big farm, big land.
And it's just, so you mean like filled with coconut trees?
Loads of it. But the land, James, was so much land. And my aunt, they couldn't have enough workers to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And the government will take the part that you can't look after, it just go wild. The government just take it and do what they have to do with it to get it done. But we had so much of it. We had the cows. The uncle will go and check the cow. The cow go to get fed. They take the cows everywhere to go and fed. The workers, they take they come and look after the cow, get them clean, get them grass, get them fed, look after them. And they said the pig, they had a pig yard where all the pigs are. I remember the butcher will come and get the pigs. They bought the pigs from there, and then they go and sell the meat down the market, They used to do all that. And hens, loads of hens, there are loads of eggs. So the people buy them, they used to sell the eggs as well from, the shop come and get them. They got business down the big market. So people at the farm, they come and get it from the farm so they can sell them the market. But at the same time, the workers, whoever works on there, aunt has got the shop on the farm as well.
So is that Victoria Market?
They use that. The people that buy it, they go to the market, Victoria Market, to do that, to sell things there.
So they sell like the things on your farm at the market?
Yeah, but they can buy it from the farm, and then they go and sell down the market. Sure. They buy it at a reduced price, of course. So then they can make their own...
Make a bit of a...
money on there.
Yeah, makes like a bit of a...
But the workers that work on the farm had a farm shop.
A farm shop on the farm?
Yeah. So that when the workers finish on a Friday, they go to the farm shop, then whatever they bought, they pay for it. And remember, we had a big hut that we got all tobacco in it.
Tobacco?
Tobacco. My aunt had the tobacco plant, loads. And there's workers that just collect the tobacco and do the tobacco work. They collect the leaves, pile them up, loads of it, and they sit there's a way they sit on it and just go on the tobacco like that. Loads. They do that. And their leaves are there's a hut just for tobacco leaves, a big hut. Once they get the leaves before they get it dry to use to do that, they get it in a place where all the leaves all the tobacco are kept in a special place. Then they get them out. When they're ready, they just get them all, drain them up, the way they cut it and get it all ready. and they were exported, and people used to buy them. The shop used to buy them and take them down to the shop place to sell. But my aunt had all these,
All
because
these
she had
plants.
a big farm that had all these on that farm. And the workers that work there are planting all these. They plant they work on the farm, so they plant this, they plant that, they plant all sorts on the farm. But the fruits, all the fruit, we had fruits there, oranges, banana, all these. And they get the workers collect them all up, and we've got a hut just for fruits. And we had, the bananas, they call them by big stand of it. And they've got a hut just for bananas, because so many of it.
Do you have different types of banana, like plantain and then...
Yeah, we had plantain. Plantain, they get plantain and they go and they cook, they make, plantain is green when they buy it if they want. You can have it green or half ripe or whatever. But usually it's half ripe when they get it, but that because huge banana, aren't they?
So they're
plantain.
like this
That's right.
size?
Yeah, and they get them, the worker, they make meal out of it. New plantain.
So it's like they cook it?
They can boil it, they can put that, coconut juice in it, like, the coconut that you, like that. You can squeeze the coconut, get the juice and put the plantain, cook in it and make like they call it l'adobe.
Yeah,
so they
I
put
remember
milk
having
in
that.
it. And that is what they
It's
do.
like a sweet then.
That's right. But the banana itself, they had different banana. They got million banana, very small. They call it banan million. Million, they call it banan million, very small. And then they got the bigger banana. What is gabu? Banan gabu? They got banan million, banan gabu. And then they got the big plantain banana. So the million one is very tiny one, they ripe, very sweet. And then the gambu is the one a little bit bigger. And then they get the plantain. The big, the banan million that I'm saying is smaller than the one we've got here. Banan gabu is just the one that maybe we used to see, but our Seychelles one was slightly bigger because it was well fertilized and get the good size out of it.
Oh, like the right climate maybe.
The right climate, and then the plantain big one, these are the one they can fry it. You can make chips with them.
Plantain chips?
Yeah, you can just, like they do crisps.
Like chop them up into...
You know the way the crisps is made?
Oh, yeah.
They get the plantain like that.
Well, they
can fine it like that.
So you could have plantain crisps?
Yeah. They can fine it just the same as potato crisps is. They can make plantain with, they do that with plantain.
Sure.
And could you imagine when that is dry, it's nice. And if they put it under the grill and it gets all crispy, it's nice. And then they also chocolate, the cocoa plant.
Cocoa plant. Yeah,
cocoa plant.
You had
we
that.
had loads of these at home. And they get it down, they get it, take it out and get it dry. And they can ground themselves and make their own cocoa with it. They can make their own cocoa with that coconut, the cocoa plant. And also the tamarind, the tamarind that you got here, that you they sell it in the shop, you get it and put it in curries.
Turmeric, is it? Turmeric, yeah.
We had loads of these, loads everywhere. My aunt had big plants of it everywhere. All these, the workers collect them and stack them up, and then people come and buy. And then also, he's also got the farm shop for the workers. And another thing we had what you call that? We used to have that, think about it. Coffee.
Coffee, yep.
We had loads of coffee, we grow our own coffee. And we used to ground them up, but aunt employed people to just do the coffee. Some people just do the coffee ground.
They grind it.
They grind it and sell them up, loads.
So natural coffee?
Natural coffee. And when they're making that coffee, one of the shop here, I don't know which shop I've been down, I don't know where, Casa Circus somewhere. They were making the coffee and smell the same like the coffee at home.
Oh, you mean it had the
strong,
same...
proper coffee.
So it smelled the same as the one you
had?
had?
I don't know. One of the place, the really proper, you can smell it. The right stuff. But the coffee in the Seychelles, it's funny because if you get the coffee like we do in the Seychelles, when you've ground the coffee, there's a machine in the Seychelles, they steam it, and the coffee comes really strong coffee. You get the very source, really thick coffee, and that thick coffee you only need like 4 or 5 spoons to make a cup of coffee with it.
Oh, you mean it's very strong?
Yeah.
Hmm? Cool.
And
So-
sometimes they had just that with just a little sugar and just hot water and sugar. And they use a little bit of milk.
So-
Really coffee. But everybody used to have their coffee, they go on their own coffee in the Seychelles. Because you buy it from there. You buy it before, you get the coffee beans. And you grill it yourself at home.
So no like instant coffee, proper natural coffee.
No,
Yeah,
natural coffee. You buy it, you grill it yourself at home.